Good afternoon, class. Last time in the last lecture, we have started the chapter called as Metabolism of Amino Acids or the degradation of amino acids. In that, we have discussed why the metabolism or degradation is necessary of amino acids. It is necessary for generation of energy, synthesis of glucose, formation of fat or ketone bodies, their diversion. It requires, as well as it is involved for the production of non-essential amino acids. So, for all that purpose, it is necessary for amino acid to undergo the degradation or the metabolism. So this generation degradation or metabolism it generally takes place by transamination reaction, deamination reaction, decarbosylation reaction. That it enters into the urea cycle where urea is formed and it is excreted through the urine. So there are different pathways by which this takes place. Okay. So we have studied in the last lecture we have seen transamination. As the name indicates, trans means transfer and amination means amino group. So the transfer of amino group is called as the transamination. So where the transfer takes place? So this transfer of amino group takes place from one amino acid to the keto acid. एका अमायनो ऍसिड कडून तो कीटो ऍसिड कडे ट्रान्सफर होतो आणि त्यासाठी लागणारा जो मेन एन्झाईम आहे दॅट एन्झाईम इज amino transferase. It is also called as transaminase. So it carries the transfer of amino acid. And the coenzyme is pyridoxal phosphate. And this generally reaction takes place in these parts. Okay. So here the example of transamination reaction of amino acid alanine. So you can observe in case of alanine, amino acid. Acidic group is there, amine group is there, so amino acid is there. In case of alpha ketoglutarate, ketone is there, acid is there. So it is called as keto acid. Alanine is the amino acid. This is keto acid. So this alanine and the alpha ketoglutarate in presence of enzyme transferase, that is the alanine amino transferase, they are converted into pyruvate and glutamate. So here you can observe this pyruvate having the acid group and ketone group. So this is also the keto acid. This glutamate having the amino group and acidic group. So it is amino acid. So this alanine is one amino acid. It results into the formation of keto acid, that is the pyruvate. Alpha ketoglutarate is keto acid. It is results into the formation of glutamate, which is the amino acid. So this is the general reaction what takes place in the transamination. But actually this how it is takes place. What is the mechanism? So the first step, it is the transfer of amino group from amino acid to the coenzyme PLP. Okay, हे जे कोएन्झाइम आहे पिरिडॉक्सिल फॉस्फेट, त्या पिरिडॉक्सिल फॉस्फेटला अमायनो ग्रुप हा ट्रान्सफर होतो. हा अमायनो ग्रुप कोण ट्रान्सफर करतो तर अमायनो ऍसिड. अँड दिस अमायनो ऍसिड इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू द कीटो ऍसिड 2. आणि नेक्स्ट स्टेप मध्ये काय होतं, जे पीएलपी ला अमायनो ग्रुप जो ट्रान्सफर झालेला आहे तो पीएलपी चा अमायनो ग्रुप हा कुठे ट्रान्सफर होतो, तो कीटो ऍसिड 1 ला ट्रान्सफर केला जातो. आणि कीटो ऍसिड 1 चं कन्वर्जन कशामध्ये होतं, amino acid 2. And at the end of reaction we are getting PLP as it is. So PLP is regenerated. So that is the simple reaction takes place. So give attention. Okay. So this is amino acid. This is amino acid 1. Glutamate is also amino acid. So this is amino acid 2. Alpha ketoglutarate is what? It is the keto acid. So we can number it as K1. Pyruvate is keto acid. We can number it as K2. So during reaction, what happens? The PLP, the transfer of amine group, this amine group to PLP takes place. So amine group हा जर PLP ला ट्रान्सफर झाला तर त्याचं कन्वर्जन हे ॲलॅनिनचं पायरुवेट मध्ये होते. मीन्स अमायनो ऍसिड इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू द कीटो ऍसिड 2. दिस इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप. सेकंड स्टेप मध्ये काय होतं, PLP वरचा जो अमायनो ऍसिड हा जो ट्रान्सफर झाला आहे, दॅट अमायनो ऍसिड ट्रान्सफर टू द alpha ketoglutarate, and when it transfer to the alpha ketoglutarate, it is converted into the glutamate, that is the glutamic acid. That means keto acid 1, it is converted into the amino acid 2. So that is the general mechanism for the transamination reaction. So I will not go in detail, already we have seen in the last lecture. These are the silent features of transamination. It requires, all transamination requires PLP, that is the cofactor. का required आहे कारण का अमाइन ग्रुप हा PLP लाच ट्रान्सफर होतो. PLP is responsible for the transfer of amine group. PLP नसेल तर amine group ट्रान्सफर होऊ शकत नाही. So it requires PLP. No free amine ammonia is liberated. This reaction is the reversible reaction. There are multiple transaminase enzyme. AST, ALT makes significant contribution for the transamination. Next one, it is important for redistribution of amino group. It is required for the synthesis of non-essential amino acids. It undergo transamination to concentrate nitrogen in glutamate. It diverts excess amino acid towards the energy generation. So these are the some significance. It liberates free ammonia for urea synthesis. All the amino acid except these lysine, threonine, proline, hydroxyproline can participate in the transamination reaction. So it involves both the reaction, that is the anabolism reaction as well as the catabolism reaction, and it is reversible reaction. Here note down करून घ्या. This reaction is the reversible reaction. What is reversible reaction? So alanine plus alpha ketoglutarate, it produces pyruvate plus glutamate. So हे reaction झाले, हे प्रोडक्ट झाला. रिव्हर्सिबल रिॲक्शन मध्ये काय होतं, रिॲक्टंट टू प्रोडक्ट पण होतं किंवा उलट पण होतं. प्रोडक्टचं कन्व्हर्जन परत रिॲक्टंट मध्ये सुद्धा होऊ शकतं. म्हणजे पायरुवेट आणि ग्लुटामेट यांची रिॲक्शन होऊन परत आपल्याला ॲलिनिन प्लस अल्फा केटोग्लुटारेट मिळू शकतं. सो दॅट इज द रिव्हर्सिबल रिॲक्शन. So if both reaction takes place, that is the reactant to product as well as the product to reactant, such reaction is called as reversible reaction. So this transaminase is the reversible reaction. Next part, what is the significance of this transamination reaction? So enzymes which are present within the cell, it is released into the cellular damage into the blood. So it can be identified with the help of this one. Then if we found that the AST, aspartate transaminase, it having higher concentration, it results into the myocardial infarction. And AST as well as ALT, aspartate as well as the alanine transaminase, दोघांचं जर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन जास्त असेल, इट विल रिझल्ट इन टू द हिपॅटायटिस, सिरोसिस ॲज वेल ॲज मस्क्युलर डिस्ट्रॉफी. सो हे चार ज्या कंडिशन आहेत त्या आयडेंटिफाय करण्यासाठी, त्या ओळखण्यासाठी, त्याच्या टेस्टिंगसाठी this transamination reaction is important. So this is important, or this is the clinical significance of transamination reaction. Now next part, we are moving to the next reaction. The reaction is called as deamination reaction. So as the name indicates, deamination, D means removal, amine means amino group. So the removal of amine group is called as the deamination reaction. So in this reaction, the amine group, it is removed from amino acid in the form of amine, and this reaction is called as the deamination reaction. So what is the deamination reaction? Removal of amine group from amino acid, and this amine group is converted into the ammonia. आतापर्यंत काय बघितलं आपण, ट्रान्सअमायनेशन मध्ये अमाइन ग्रुप काढला जात होता, पण तो दुसऱ्या अल्फा किटो ऍसिडला ट्रान्सफर होत होता. पण इथं कुठेही तो ट्रान्सफर होत नाही, तर त्याचं कन्वर्जन हे अमोनियामध्ये होतं. Deamination, it is results into the formation of ammonia for the urea synthesis. So हे जे अमोनिया तयार होतं, हे युरिया सिंथेसिस मध्ये एंटर होतं. Deamination may be either oxidative or non-oxidative. So what is oxidative? If deamination reaction, that is the removal of amine group takes place in the presence of oxygen, in the presence of air, such reaction is called as oxidative deamination reaction. And if this reaction takes place in the absence of air, without air, then this reaction is called as non-oxidative deamination reaction. फरक लक्षात आला? ट्रान्सअमायनेशन मध्ये काय होतं? ट्रान्सफर ऑफ अमाइन ग्रुप. ट्रान्सफर म्हणजे काय? एकाकडून तो दुसऱ्याकडे ट्रान्सफर करणे. डीअमायनेशन काय? डी म्हणजे रिमूव्हल. सो ह्याच्यामध्ये अमाइन ग्रुप हा रिमूव्ह केला जातो. सो दिस इज द डीअमायनेशन रिएक्शन, दॅट इज द रिमूव्हल ऑफ अमाइनो ग्रुप. आणि हा अमाइन ग्रुप जेव्हा रिमूव्ह होतो, इट इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू द युरिया, सो इट इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू अमोनिया. दिस अमोनिया एंटर्स इनटू द युरिया cycle. Okay, and this deamination may be oxidative or non-oxidative. Oxidative means if such deamination reaction takes place in the presence of oxygen or in the presence of air, such reaction is called as the oxidative deamination. If it is takes place without air, without the presence of oxygen, such deamination reaction is called as non-oxidative deamination reaction. Next one, trans deamination reaction. That is transamination followed by deamination. So such reaction is called as the trans deamination reaction. Trans means transfer of amine group, and that's amino acid immediately काय होतं? Amine group निघून जातो, and it is called as trans deamination. For example, आता हा अमाइन ग्रुप ॲलेनिन करून अल्फा कीटोग्लुटारेटला आला. सो दिस रिएक्शन इज कॉल्ड एज अ ट्रान्स अमायनेशन रिएक्शन. बरोबर आहे. नेक्स्ट स्टेप मध्ये काय होतं? हा अमाइन ग्रुप आहे तो इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अमोनिया हा निघून जातो. सो दिस रिएक्शन इज कॉल्ड एज द डीअमायनेशन रिएक्शन. सो ह्या दोन्ही रिएक्शनला मी आपण काय म्हणतो? ट्रान्स डीअमायनेशन reaction. That means transfer of amine group, and after transfer of amine group, the amine group is removed or eliminated from the structure, and such reaction is called as trans deamination reaction. So what they have mentioned here, trans deamination means first transfer of amine group and then removal of amine group in the form of urea. So this reaction takes place in the cytoplasm. So the first one, oxidative deamination. So what is oxidative deamination? So oxidative deamination means the process in which the ammonia is formed or removal of amine group from amino acid in the presence of water coupled with the oxidation reaction. So such reaction is called as oxidative deamination. So side कुठले कुठले? Liver आणि kidney, these are the two sides for the oxidative deamination. And this reaction results into the formation of amine group for the urea synthesis, as well as alpha keto acids for the variety of reactions, include the energy production. So ह्या रिएक्शन मध्ये काय होतं? युरिया सिंथेसिस होतं, आणि सेकंड वन अल्फा किटो ऍसिड्स आहेत ते तयार होतात, आणि हे अल्फा किटो ऍसिड्स परत दुसऱ्या रिएक्शन्स मध्ये इन्व्हॉल्व होतात. एनर्जी प्रोडक्शन मध्ये त्याचा वापर केला जातो, की एनर्जी प्रोडक्शन मध्ये ते युटिलाइज केले जातात. In liver mitochondria, there is presence of enzyme called as glutamate dehydrogenase, which is responsible for the deamination of glutamate to alpha ketoglutarate and ammonia. For that, they requires NAD plus, and this reaction is activated by ADP and inhibited by GTP. So liver मध्ये एक एन्झाइम आहे ग्लुटामेट डिहायड्रोजिनेज नावाचं. सो हे एन्झाइम काय करतं? ग्लुटामेटचं डिहायड्रोजिनेज करतं किंवा ग्लुटामेटचं deamination करतं. And when it deaminates the glutamate, glutamate is converted into alpha ketoglutarate and ammonia. Okay, for that they requires NAD plus, as well as they activated such reaction by ADP, and such reactions is deactivated or inhibited by GTP. So L amino acid or any amino acid, suppose L amino acid is there, so L amino acid oxidase is converted a amino acid into the alpha keto acid and ammonia. Okay, so डिअमायनेशनचा पर्पज काय, अमोनिया तयार करा, ते अमोनिया युरिया सायकल मध्ये एंटर होतो. ओके, फॉर दॅट द FMN is converted into FMNH2. So flavin mononucleotide, it is converted into flavin mononucleotide H2. Okay, dehydrogenase आपण म्हटलेला इथं डिहायड्रोजिनेज. सो डिहायड्रोजिनेज मीन्स रिमूव्हल ऑफ हायड्रोजन किंवा ऑक्सिडेशन. सो त्याच्यामध्ये काय होतं, हायड्रोजन रिमूव्ह होतो. तो हायड्रोजन कोण घेतोय, फ्लॅविन मोनोन्यूक्लियोटाइड घेतं आणि त्याचं कन्वर्जन फ्लॅविन मोनोन्यूक्लियोटाइड H2 मध्ये होतं. कारण का हे जे H2 निघालेलं असतं ते इथं बाइंड होतं आणि तुम्हाला H2 झालेलं दिसेल. सिमिलरली oxygen reacts with this FMH2 and this oxygen is converted into the hydrogen peroxide. आता ह्यातला जो H2 आहे तो इथं आलेला आहे. ह्यातला H2 परत काय होतं, ह्या ऑक्सिजन बरोबर रिॲक्ट होतं आणि H2O2 मिळतो, दॅट इज द हायड्रोजन peroxide. Okay, so that is the complete oxidative deamination reaction of amino acid. Second one, that is the non-oxidative deamination reaction. This is direct deamination without the oxidation. Here you can say oxygen is there, oxidation is required, oxygen is there which is converted into hydrogen peroxide, but such reaction does not take place in non-oxidative deamination reaction, in which directly the deamination takes place without present or in the absence of oxygen. So enzyme is dehydratase. They undergo non-oxidative deamination catalyzed by PLP dependent dehydratase. So dehydratase हे enzyme आहे which is responsible to carry such type of reaction. So serine, threonine, homoserine, these are the amino acids. त्याच्यामध्ये हायड्रॉक्सी ग्रुप प्रेझेंट आहे. हायड्रॉक्सी ग्रुप प्रेझेंट असलेले अमायनो ऍसिड या प्रकारची रिएक्शन जनरली देतात. सो हा पार्ट म्हणजे नोट डाऊन करून घ्या. हायड्रॉक्सी ग्रुप containing amino acids, they generally gives the non-oxidative deamination as the enzyme is PLP dependent dehydratase. Okay, so this is the reaction. Non-oxidative, serine असेल, threonine असेल, homoserine असेल, they are converted into the respective keto acid. मगाशी पण आपण म्हटलेलं आहे, कुठलेही डिअमायनेशन रिएक्शन मध्ये काय होतं, अल्फा अमायनो ऍसिडचं कन्वर्जन हे कीटो ऍसिड मध्ये होतं आणि अमोनिया आहे तो लिबरेट होतो. सिमिलरली in this case also, in non-oxidative deamination also, these three amino acids, they undergo the deamination reaction in absence of oxygen. So the enzyme catalyzed is PLP dehydratase. So again we are getting the ammonia as well as the respective keto acid. This ammonia enters into the further urea cycle. Okay, so this is about the deamination reaction. So first one was transamination reaction, second one was oxidative deamination reaction. Now we have seen non-oxidative deamination reaction. Here you can observe the reaction, how the oxidative deamination takes place. So we have seen the example of L-glutamate dehydrogenase, which convert glutamate into alpha ketoglutarate. Okay, so same reaction it is given, but it is given in the form of these structures. So this is the structure of glutamate. It consists of one amine group. So deamination takes place, that is the removal of this amine group takes place, and this is done with the help of enzyme L-glutamate dehydrogenase. And this L-glutamate, through this intermediate, it is converted into the alpha ketoglutarate, and this NH4 plus, actually it is NH3 plus H plus. So this NH3 plus, NH3, it enters into the urea cycle. So NH4 plus is converted into NH3 plus H plus. So from that NH3, that is the ammonia, it enters into the urea cycle for the further process. So in this way the oxidative deamination takes place. Now we are moving to the next reaction which takes place with the amino acid metabolism, that is the decarboxylation of amino acids. So again the name indicates decarboxylation. D means removal. Carboxyl means CO2 group. So removal of CO2 group from the amino acid, the reaction is called as decarboxylation of amino acid. So what is decarboxylation? Decarboxylation means removal of carbon dioxide from amino acid with the formation of amine. So such reaction is called as decarboxylation of amino acid. So this is the structure of amino acid. This is amine group. This is acidic group. If CO2 is removed, what happens? It is evolve in the form of carbon dioxide, and this hydrogen comes to this carbon, so it becomes CH2. So it becomes RCH2NH2. That is the amine. So decarboxylation of amino acid removes the carbon dioxide from amino acid and it forms the amine. So the enzyme is responsible is decarboxylase, and the coenzyme which is responsible is pyridoxal phosphate. So this coenzyme is responsible to catalyze this kind of reaction. So that is the third reaction. One is the transamination, second one is the deamination, third one is the decarboxylation. Okay, so this is the decarboxylation with transamination reaction. So this is amino acid, this is keto acid. ओके. सो डिकार्बोझायलेशन विथ ट्रान्सअमायनेशन. ट्रान्सअमायनेशन मध्ये काय असतं? एक कीटो ऍसिड असतो, एक अमायनो ऍसिड असतो. सो त्यांच्यामध्ये रिएक्शन होत असते. सो सिमिलरली हिअर वन अमायनो ऍसिड इज प्रेझेंट, वन कीटो ऍसिड इज प्रेझेंट. ओके. So from that transamination, this amino group transfer to this carbon, so it forms this second amino acid. So amino acid 2. आपण जे ट्रान्सअमायनेशन बघितलेलं आहे की अल्फा अमायनो ऍसिड 1 आणि कीटो ऍसिड 1 चं कन्वर्जन अमायनो ऍसिड 2 आणि कीटो ऍसिड 2 मध्ये होतं. सिमिलरली हिअर this keto acid is converted into amino acid 2, that is the second amino acid. दुसऱ्या कुठेतरी अमायनो ऍसिड मध्ये त्याचं कन्वर्जन होतं. त्यानंतर इथला जो COH ग्रुप आहे हा निघून जातो इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कार्बन डायऑक्साइड. दॅट इज द डिकार्बोझायलेशन रिएक्शन. सो त्यामध्ये कीटो ऍसिड न होता डायरेक्टली यू आर गेटिंग द COH, that is the aldehyde group you are getting. So transamination मध्ये काय होतं? कीटो ऍसिड आणि अमायनो ऍसिड हे दोन प्रोडक्ट फॉर्म होत होते. इथं काय होणार? अमायनो ऍसिड तुम्हाला मिळणार आहे, बट इन्स्टेड ऑफ कीटो ऍसिड यू आर गेटिंग दिस टाइप ऑफ aldehydic structure, and one of the carbon dioxide it is eliminated in the evolve in the form of CO2. Okay, so that is the decarboxylation of amino acid, that is the removal of CO2 from the amino acid. Another one is decarboxylation with conjugation of two molecules. जर दोन मॉलिक्यूल असतील, त्या दोन मॉलिक्यूल मध्ये ज्यावेळी एकत्र येतात त्यावेळी त्याचं डिकार्बोझायलेशन कसं होतं? नाव हिअर इज अमायनो ऍसिड इज प्रेझेंट, हिअर अनदर मॉलिक्यूल इज प्रेझेंट. Okay, it having the coenzyme. When they come together, what happens? The carbon dioxide which is present at this position, this CO and this oxygen is removed in the form of CO2, and then the joining of this R2 group here takes place. Once more I will tell you, give it attention properly. This R2 it binds to this carbon. कार्बनला मिळालेला ह्यातला एक ऑक्सिजन आणि ह्यातला CO. इट इज इव्हॉल्व इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कार्बन डायऑक्साइड. आणि ह्यातला जो हायड्रोजन आहे तो इथं एस वर येतो, त्यामुळे इथं SH तयार होतं. आणि उरलेलं जे HOA आहे, जे एन्झाईम A आहे, इट रिमेन as it is. So in this way the decarboxylation with conjugation of two molecule takes place. Next part, significance of decarboxylation of amino acid. So first significance, or the what is the benefit of this decarboxylation reaction? What is the use of decarboxylation reaction is that the first use is that the formation of physiologically active compounds can be done. So glutamic acid, it is the amino acid. When the decarboxylation of glutamic acid takes place, that is the removal of CO2 takes place, what happens? It is converted into the GABA, that is the gamma aminobutyric acid. Okay, so it is one of the neurotransmitter. No need to go detail what is GABA, but keep in mind GABA is one of the neurotransmitter. आपल्यामध्ये जे बॉडी मधले जे केमिकल्स किंवा एन्झाईम सिक्रेट होतात ते सिक्रेट होण्यासाठी न्यूरो ट्रान्समीटर वर्क करतात. Adrenaline असेल, acetylcholine असेल, okay, so like that GABA is one of the neurotransmitter. It binds to its receptor and it will perform its function. Similarly, histidine is amino acid. Removal of this CO2, it will reach to the histamine. So histamine is also one of the autocoid. Okay, so it is also like neurotransmitter. It also having its own receptor in our body where histamine binds and it perform its function. Okay, सिमिटिडीन, रानिटिडीन तुम्ही नाव ऐकलेलं असेल, बरोबर आहे. आपण पित्त कमी करण्यासाठी देतो. सिमिटिडीन असेल, रानिटिडीन असेल, बरोबर आहे. पित्त जर झालेलं असेल तर पित्त कमी करण्यासाठी आपण देतो. हे कशामुळे होतं, तर हिस्टॅमिन आहे ते हिस्टॅमिन रिसेप्टरला बाइंड होतं, त्यामुळे ऍसिडचं सिक्रेशन होतं आणि पित्त होतं, बरोबर आहे. सो ह्याप्रमाणे आपल्या बॉडीमध्ये भरपूर असे रिसेप्टर आहेत. हिस्टॅमिन रिसेप्टर भरपूर ठिकाणी प्रेझेंट असतात, जिथे जाऊन हे हिस्टॅमिन बाइंड होतं आणि ते आपलं वर्क आहे ते परफॉर्म करतं. ओके, नेक्स्ट इयरला तुम्हाला डिटेलमध्ये केमिस्ट्रीमध्ये किंवा कोणत्याही सब्जेक्टमध्ये तुम्हाला डिटेलमध्ये कळेल. Okay, so what is the neurotransmitter, all these things. Okay, so only come to know that removal of CO2, histidine will give the histamine, which is the autocoid. Autocoid. Okay, self-healing process. It is like the neurotransmitter. So हिस्टॅमिनचा रोल काय, इन्फ्लमेटरी असेल, वॅसोडायलेशन ऍक्टिव्हिटी असेल, ॲलर्जी, शिंक येते आपल्याला कुठेतरी, काय काय जणांना काही गोष्टींची ॲलर्जी असते, बरोबर आहे. धुळीच्या ठिकाणी गेली की तुम्हाला एकदम शिंक येते. वाय इट इज ड्यू टू द हिस्टॅमिन. इट बाइंड्स टू द रिसेप्टर, इट प्रोड्युसेस द ॲलर्जिक कंडिशन. then tryptophan, serotonin, they are also important. Glutamate also important. Tyrosine, dopamine. So these all are the significant role in our body. So all these can be produced by the decarbonylation of amino acid. That's why this reaction is more significant in our body. So transamination असेल, deamination असेल किंवा decarbonylation असेल, all these reactions are responsible to produce the other compounds which are helpful in our body. That's why they are most useful. Okay, we are moving to the next part, that is the urea cycle. Now we have seen in the deamination, the removal of amine group takes place in the form of ammonia. This ammonia enters into the urea cycle and it forms at the end the product urea. Okay, so what is structure of urea? So this is the structure of urea. NH2, NH2, CO, NH2. That is the structure of urea. So what is urea? It is the disposable form of ammonia. So ammonia is harmful, so it has to be given out from the body. So how it can be given out from the body? It is given out from the body in the form of urea. Please go through this one. This is the urea cycle. That is the formation of urea from the ammonia. Okay, so here this part is the mitochondria, this part is the cytosol. Okay, so how urea is formed? Urea is formed from ammonia. Okay, so this is the starting part of the urea cycle, that is ammonia, and what we are getting at the end product, that is the urea, that is the NH2CO NH2, that is the end product. So the starting part takes place in the mitochondria where ammonia enters, and the end part takes place where in the cytosol the formation of urea takes place. Okay, now we will see how this reaction takes place. This ammonia along with the carbon dioxide and water molecule, it forms carbamyl phosphate. It forms a product called as the carbamyl phosphate. So this reaction is carried out here. They are shown by the pink line. That means carbamyl phosphate synthetase 1. So this enzyme is responsible for the conversion of ammonia, water and carbon dioxide into carbamyl phosphate. So this is the structure of carbamyl phosphate. It is the NH2 COO PO3, that is the carbamyl phosphate. So this reaction is carried out by the enzyme called as carbamyl phosphate synthase 1. Okay, so that is the reagent. And during that, two ATPs are consumed. So दोन ATPs आहेत, त्या दोन ATPs in the form of energy त्या वापरल्या जातात, and they are converted into the ADP. त्याचं कन्वर्जन हे ADP मध्ये केलं जातं. Okay, then this carbamyl phosphate is converted into citrulline. Next chemical compound or the product is the citrulline. So this reaction is carried out by this enzyme, that is the ornithine transcarbamylase. So ornithine transcarbamylase, the enzyme which is responsible for the conversion of carbamyl phosphate to the citrulline. Okay, then this citrulline is transported to the cytosol. Here you can observe this citrulline is transported to the cytosol, and for that a transporter is required. So this is the transporter which is responsible to transport the citrulline into the cytosol, and in the cytosol this citrulline is converted into arginosuccinate. The next compound is the arginosuccinate. So this citrulline is converted into arginosuccinate in the presence of enzyme arginosuccinate synthase. So this is the enzyme arginosuccinate synthase. Here also ATP and AMP are utilized. This arginosuccinate, it is converted into the arginine with the help of enzyme arginosuccinate lyase. Arginosuccinate काय झालं, ब्रेक झालेला आहे, त्यापासून दुसरं कंपाऊंड तयार झालेलं आहे. आणि जर ब्रेक होत असेल जे एन्झाइम, त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, लायज. सो धिस arginosuccinate lyase is responsible to break arginosuccinate, and this arginosuccinate is converted into the arginine, and this arginine by the enzyme arginase it is converted into urea, and this urea is given out through our urine. So ammonia is excreted in the form of urea through our body. So this is the complete urea cycle, how the ammonia is converted into the urea in mitochondria, then it enters into the cytosol. So for the enters into the cytosol, it requires the transporter. So transporter is also there, which transport these compounds from mitochondria to the cytosol. Okay, now we will see once again. Okay, so ammonia, carbon dioxide and water molecule is there. This ammonia we are getting from the deamination reaction. This ammonia along with the water and carbon dioxide in presence of two molecules of ATP, it is converted into the carbamyl phosphate in mitochondria. So this reaction is carried out by the enzyme carbamyl phosphatase synthetase 1. So this enzyme is responsible to carry out this reaction and convert it into the carbamyl phosphate. That is the structure of carbamyl phosphate. In the next step, what happens? This carbamyl phosphate, it is converted into citrulline by the enzyme ornithine transcarbamylase. So this ornithine transcarbamylase, it converts this carbamyl phosphate into the citrulline. From citrulline, it is transported into cytosol with the help of transporter. Here you can observe the transporter is there, which is responsible to transport it from mitochondria to the cytosol. When it enters into the cytosol, it is converted into arginosuccinate by the enzyme called as arginosuccinate synthetase. Arginosuccinate synthesis व्हायचं आहे, so enzyme is synthase. So arginosuccinate synthase. Here also ATP is required. From arginosuccinate, the enzyme arginosuccinate lyase. Arginosuccinate break करतो. So the enzyme is responsible is lyase. So this arginosuccinate lyase is responsible to break arginosuccinate and it is converted into the arginine. And from arginine, with the help of enzyme arginase, this arginine is converted into urea. And this urea is excreted through our body in the form of urine. So this is the urea cycle what takes place in our body. After deamination, ammonia is formed. This ammonia is harmful to our body. It has to be given out from the body. So how it has to be given out from the body? So it has to be converted first into the urea, and through urine it can be excreted from the body. Okay, so this is about the urea cycle. Very short cycle is there. It is easy to understand. Next one, significance of urea cycle. So two numbers of urea are formed, ammonia of aspartate and ammonia. That is the significance. It disposes two waste products. One is the carbonate, second one is the ammonia. अमोनिया आणि कार्बोनेट हे दोन्ही जे वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट आहेत बॉडीमध्ये ते शरीराबाहेर टाकले जातात. Arginase, it is present only in the liver. It forms ACA to the arginine. Then ornithine, here you can see ornithine परत रिजनरेट होतं. ऑर्निथिनचं परत सिट्रुलिन मध्ये कन्वर्जन होऊ शकतं by the enzyme ornithine transcarbamylase. Okay, so ornithine can be regenerated. And fumarate is linked between the urea and TCA cycle. So जी क्रेब सायकल आहे किंवा TCA सायकल आहे, हे जे फ्युमॅरेट आहे किंवा त्याला आपण फ्युमॅरिक ऍसिड म्हणतो, हे परत TCA सायकल मध्ये किंवा क्रेब सायकल मध्ये एंटर होतात. सो दॅट इज द लिंक बिटवीन द TCA सायकल अँड दी युरिया सायकल. सो ह्यामध्ये अर्जिनोसक्सिनेटचं कन्वर्जन अर्जिनिन मध्ये होत असतानाच फ्युमेरिक ऍसिड सुद्धा सिंथेसाइज होतं, विच एंटर्स इनटू द युरिया क्रेब सायकल और TCA cycle. So overall reaction is what? Ammonia plus carbon dioxide plus aspartate plus 3 molecules of ATP. It converted into urea, fumaric acid, which enters into the TCA cycle. Then it forms 2 ADP, 1 AMP and 1 phosphate. So this is the overall reaction for the urea cycle. एक मार्काला तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन विचारला जाऊ शकतो. Write down the overall reaction for the urea cycle. So urea cycle ची overall reaction ही आहे. Ammonia plus carbon dioxide plus aspartic acid plus 3 molecules of ATP. Together it forms urea, fumaric acid, then 2 ADP, 1 AMP and 1 phosphate, PPI. Okay. So this is the energetics of urea cycle. Reaction 1 मध्ये 2 ATP, reaction 3 मध्ये 2 ATP. So totally 4 ATP. युरिया सायकल मध्ये 4 ATP. TCA सायकल मध्ये 3 ATP. So totally 1 ATP net profit मध्ये असतं. Here you can see 2 ATP, reaction 1, reaction 2, ही reaction 3, reaction 3 मध्ये 2 ATP, so totally 4 ATP. Okay, 4 ATP in urea cycle. त्यामध्ये जे फ्युमॅरिक ऍसिड तयार होतं ते फ्युमॅरिक ऍसिड कुठं जातं? TCA सायकल मध्ये, आणि तिथं 3 ATP कंझ्युम केले जातात. So 4 minus 3 totally 1 ATP. So the net ATP gain is the 1 ATP. Okay, so this is about the urea cycle. The next part, disorders related with the urea cycle. So the first one is the genetic defect have been described in all the enzymes of urea cycle, results into the ammonia intoxication.
सो जेनेटिक जे डिफेक्ट आहेत, जे हेरिडिटी डिफेक्ट आहेत, हे एन्झाईम मध्ये होऊ शकतात. सो दॅट इज द डिसऑर्डर्स ऑफ युरिया सायकल्स. ओके, त्याच्यामुळे काय होतं, अमोनियाचं टॉक्सिकेशन होतं. सो इट विल रिझल्ट इन टू द अमोनिया इंटॉक्सिकेशन. दीज आर द रेअर केस. 30,000 पैकी एकालाच युरिया सायकलची डिसऑर्डर ही होऊ शकते. असं नाही की 10 पैकी एकाला. आउट ऑफ 30,000 ओनली 1% can be infected or can be having the disorder of urea cycle. Autosomal recessive except OTC defect, X link जेनेटिक जे XY असतात त्यामधला X लिंक मुळे OTC डिफेक्ट होऊ शकतो. ओके, ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव्ह होऊ शकतं. देन डिफेक्ट इन रिएक्शन 1 and 2, पहिल्या आणि दुसऱ्या रिएक्शन मुळे काय होतं, अक्युम्युलेशन ऑफ अमोनिया. अमोनिया आहे ते अक्युम्युलेट होतं, अमोनियाचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन आहे ते बॉडीमध्ये वाढतं. आणि जर बाकीच्या एन्झाईम मध्ये डिफेक्ट आला तर इंटरमिडिएट्स आहे ते इंटरमिडिएटची अमाऊंट आहे ती वाढत जाते. सो कॉमन फीचर्स सीन्स आर feeding difficulties, lethargy, irritability, protein induced vomiting, poor intellectual development, edema, seizures, muscle. Sometimes it will lead to the coma and sometimes it will lead to the death. So these are the disorders which are related with the urea cycle. So what happens if urea cycle, if any disorder is present, 30,000 पैकी एखाद्यामध्ये हा डिसऑर्डर असू शकतो. हा कशामुळे असू शकतो, ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव्ह मुळे असू शकतो किंवा जेनेटिक डिफेक्ट मुळे असू शकतो, बरोबर आहे, किंवा एखाद्या एन्झाईमचा डिफेक्ट असेल तर असू शकतो. जर एन्झाईमच तयार झालं नाही तर काय होणार, अमोनियाचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन वाढणार आहे, अमोनियाचं कन्व्हर्जन युरियामध्ये होणार नाही. आणि अमोनियाचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन वाढलं की अमोनियामुळे टॉक्सिसिटी बॉडीमध्ये तयार होणार. ओके, आता कुठले कुठले साईड इफेक्ट बघायला मिळू शकतात. फिडिंग डिफिकल्टी, खायला त्याला होणार नाही, जेवण जाणार नाही. फेल्युअर टू फेड, घातल्या घातल्या तो उलटी करायला लागेल, दॅट इज द फिडिंग डिफिकल्टी. लिथार्जी, इरिटेबिलिटी, स्वस्थ नुसता पडून राहील, काही करणार नाही, हालचाल करणार नाही. इरिटेबिलिटी, इरिटेशन होईल त्याला. ओमिटिंग असेल, डेव्हलपमेंट होणार नाही. सेरेब्रल इडिमा होईल, सीझर होईल. Sometimes it will lead to the coma and finally it will lead to the death. So it is the rare disorder. हा डिसऑर्डर सगळ्यांनाच होत नाही. So these are the some subsequence of these urea cycle defects, or if any defect is there in the urea cycle. Okay, so I have listed some of disorders which are related with the urea cycle. One is the हायपर अमोनिमिया. हायपर म्हणजे जास्त, अमोनिमिया म्हणजे अमोनियाचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ब्लड मध्ये वाढणं. सो दॅट इज द हायपर अमोनिया. सेकंड वन हायपर अमोनिमिया ओटीसी किंवा ओरोटिक ऍसिडयुरिया. So these are the some diseases or disorders which can associated with the urea cycles, and this is generally due to the N-carbamyl L-glutamate. N-carbamyl L-glutamate, it will responsible to produce such type of recipe. Sometimes it will hyperammonemia असेल, जास्त प्रमाणात अमोनिया जर साठलं ब्लड मध्ये, it will lead to the coma and after that it will lead to the death. Okay, so this is the rare disorder, but it can lead to the death if it is not treated properly. It is genetic disorder. So this is about the urea cycle disorder. I will provide details in your notes. So for that, what is disorder? It is descriptive part, so no need to study here. I will give you in the form of notes what is the urea disorder, which enzyme is responsible, and how you can treat this urea disorder. Okay, so here some treatments are given. You can observe dietary restriction of proteins. Okay, ज्यामुळे अमोनिया वाढत आहे असे जे अमोनिया ऍसिड्स आहेत ते अमोनिया ऍसिड असलेले प्रोटीन कमी खायचे, डाएट त्याच्यावर आपण कंट्रोल करायचा. promote N excretion in the form of other than urea. युरिया सोडून असा दुसरा फॉर्म मध्ये त्याचं कन्व्हर्जन करायचं की तो बॉडी मधून बाहेर टाकला जाईल. अर्जिनिन डाएट देऊ शकता सप्लिमेंट. अर्जिनोसक्सिनेट इज एक्सक्रीटेड. अर्जिनोसक्सिनेटच्या फॉर्म मध्ये ते बाहेर टाकलं जाऊ शकतं. बेन्झोएट, फिनाइल ॲसिटेट ह्यासारखे सप्लिमेंट डाएट आपण त्यांना देऊ शकतो. ओके, सो जस्ट गो थ्रू इट, देन वी विल स्टॉप हिअर. जस्ट गो थ्रू इट. हे देऊ शकतो किंवा हे आपण त्याला ट्रीटमेंट म्हणून देऊ शकतो. सो फिनाइल किंवा हिप्युरिक ऍसिड दे कॅन बी स्क्रीड इन द युरिन. सो आपल्याला काय करायचं, फक्त नायट्रोजन बाहेर टाकायचं. सो नायट्रोजन फक्त युरिया मधून बाहेर टाकू शकत नाही, बाकीच्या प्रकारे सुद्धा आपण नायट्रोजन टाकू शकतो. सो हे जर ट्रीटमेंट केली, नायट्रोजन कॅन बी कन्वर्टेड इंटू हिप्युरिक ऍसिड, इट कॅन बी कन्वर्टेड इंटू द फिनाइल acetyl glutamine where it can be excreted through the urine. So nitrogen present in the body, it can be given out from the body. Okay, other treatments are gene therapy आहे, मेडिकल इमर्जन्सी असेल तर हिमोडायलिसिस आहे, ट्रान्सफ्युजन आहे, पेरिटोनाइल डायलिसिस आहे, लिव्हर ट्रान्सप्लांटेशन, लॅक्टुलोज लॅक्झेटिव्ह. सो अदर treatments are also there. Okay, so we will stop here. Remaining part we will see in the next lecture.